What's up, boys? So, we already smoke tested this system. As you guys can see over here, got the smoke machine out, and we found that the weep hole on the right side of the engine throttle body was actually what the culprit was leak-wise. So we went ahead, put a new gasket on it. Looks sealed up to me. Client seen it. Actually, wow, you're really pulling yourself in there, honey. Squeak, 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 squeak. So had the client here to look at it while we did it, because every once in a while you come across these situations. And it's like what I was telling him. I'd rather you be here for it if you want to be here, because if not, I got to record it and make a whole video, and that can be a nightmare. As far as trying to get the right angles and explain it all. 9 times out of 10, it's easier just to see it in person. So right now, what I'm actually doing is I'm just rebolting this back up, a bunch of 8mm bolts. So we're just gonna go in here. We're gonna do it with the ratchet, no power tools to put the damn cowling on before you guys strip a bolt or something crazy. Don't do that. I mean, it only takes an extra like 5 minutes, if even that, dude, I'll be honest. I don't really see a need to use the power tools on something like the cowling bolts. Just been my experience that it's easier to do it by hand. Plus, these people also got to be able to work on their vehicles and boat motors and other points. So when it's something delicate like a piece of plastic, you really don't want to nail it on there super hard. You'll crack the plastic and stuff, one. Plus, this motor's 20 years old about. Bad bitch of a motor too, or nice motor, sorry. I like the words there, guys. So we're gonna go ahead, nail all this up. And we're gonna be putting a new, there we go. All right, so now that we went ahead and nailed all that up, we're just gonna walk around, we're gonna confirm, obviously we don't wanna miss any bolts. See, and there's actually another one up on this side that we would have missed if we didn't do the walk around. So always walk around, double check your work. Already plugged in the harness for the tilt. So thankfully I don't gotta worry about that. You know what? Let's get crazy. We'll go ahead and just nail that in real quick. We're gonna walk it in slow. There we go. As you guys can hear, I got the check set really low, so it's not like we're gonna blow the plastic up. I'm gonna cinch it down now with the ratchet, the 8mm, and there we go. So we got that all locked in. We're good on that now. We're gonna go ahead and start putting the cowling, the top of the cowling back together. Now that can be tedious, but it's really not end of the world stuff. So let's just get straight to it. First things first, we're going to take this. We don't need this no more. What we need is a Phillips. So let's go ahead and find this. We need the top, and this Phillips goes in the top. So first things first, let's go ahead and crawl up here. We're going to put this cowling with the PVC. Well, dang it. Guess my phone fell. Let me grab the, let me go ahead and grab my stand thing. I think I have it with me. Should be in the back of the truck. But we're going to go ahead and see if we have the phone stand real quick. I don't know if it's in the back of the truck. I've been so busy that I haven't even been able to live stream as much, but Yep, it's in here. Good stuff. And I'm sorry for not live streaming as often, but you know, sometimes you got to work more than you got to work hard to play hard. And today I get to play hard and get paid for it, so I get to show you guys. Plus, I've done a lot of work for this client, and I already know I've already got approval to showcase anything I do for any of his work. He gave me approval on all that. So we actually don't even have to ask. We just pull up and record when we do these jobs for him. So what we're going to do now is we are going to connect the PCV. There's two PCV valves. There's a PCV right here, pressure crank vent, and there's another one on the other side. And they recirculate into the system, yada, yada, yada. I'm not giving you a whole rundown. But what we're going to do is we're going to hook these up. We're going to make sure that our intake boot mates to the top of that. We got one wire harness to plug in, and we should be good as far as this one. So let's go ahead and we're going to move the smoke tester out of the way a little bit. See that we got the smoke tester right there. And we're going to go ahead and give you guys a shot here of the motor. So there you guys go. You guys can see. Let me take the backing of my phone off so you guys can get a much better view here. I know that'll probably help and do wonders. So, not about the same. I don't know. I need a new phone or something maybe, but it doesn't look too bad, I guess. So, here's the situation. We're going to go ahead and connect this one and connect that hose. We got another one right here. And then there should be, here's the other one. Then this is the other one that plugs in. And it actually goes, hold on, let me show you. It goes right there. Goes right in that little guy. So, first things first, let's take the Crocs off. You never want to get your client's boat dirty. They spend a lot of money, man. Trust me, don't get the boat dirty. So you guys are going to have to go over here in the rod holder, which I didn't know I could put you guys in the rod holder the first time, so that kind of sucks, because now I just figured out a hack and a half here. But we'll take it and run with it. So first things first, obviously we'll get over and make sure nothing's broken and looks all fairly good to me. We're going to go ahead and throw this doohickey right in, so we'll lean it over. Make sure we hear it click. Make sure that we can, here we go. Double check that you got this hooked in, and it goes right here. There we go. Now, good thing about these Suzuki's is it's really not that bad, I feel like, to work on. Worked on a lot of motors, and I see these aren't the worst, honestly. Definitely not the worst motor to work on. Pretty straightforward. Worked on a lot of Mercuries. And the Mercuries aren't bad, but like I just said, I've worked on a lot of Mercuries, so that'll tell you something about Mercury. I don't tend to have to work on Suzuki. So let's go ahead, make sure that's all lined up. We got an intake boot over here. We'll move this out the way. Bam. Make sure our intake boots are landing. It doesn't feel like it actually is, so I don't like that. So I'm going to figure that out, but that's okay. Let's see if we can adjust it. Oh, I think it rolls in. Oh, man. So that's got to be spun around 180, don't it? Or are they both supposed to be that way? There's no way that's right. Oh, I see what happened. I think I see what happened. When he put the boot on, he spun the boot. And by spinning that boot, he kind of actually put himself in a predicament there. Alright, so we're going to back this out. We'll go ahead and we'll spin the boot. And I should be able to match the other side and get this to now mate with that intake boot. Now, I gotta confirm that. It's kind of a pain in the butt to confirm, but it should goes straight in for the most part. So I should be able to feel it and feel that it feels good, but I want to verify it. You know what? Let me go ahead and grab a flashlight. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a flashlight. Alright, so what's up, y'all? I'm back with one of my lights. And what we're going to do is we're just verifying that this boot right here has to go into this. This is our intake. You got throttle linkage right here. If this boot doesn't fully seat, what I'm thinking is vacuum leak. Because this system's tuned and meant to run a certain way. You can't just, slap it together. It don't really work like that usually. Alright, so we're just going to look around, verify that it all looks good, and I'd say that boot looks about right. We got to spin the collar on it, but it should be about right. I want to say that it's good to go like that. So, and the cool thing about this one, oh, this is aluminum. Dang it. And so the cool thing about these is they tend to stick to the metal that you want it to stick to. But of course, that's not a real thing, so not a real thing with aluminum. So we're going to put this PCB hose on. We're going to go to the other side. We're also going to connect that one in, which it should just push right in. There we go. And we're going to take a pair of pliers, we'll boop, boop, put those in. Alright, so we're going to take our pliers now, we're going to come up over here, and there we go. We'll come up on this side now, and come on, there you are. Now some people say that you need to either trim the rubber backs if it has indentations and stuff. I mean, a lot of the time, I agree, yes, it'll give you a better bite, but it's not always necessary. Something like that's definitely not necessary, so before you guys get in the comments trying to tell me how to do that, you'll be okay. We'll be okay. So, we went ahead and hooked all that up. We have verified that all the harnesses are plugged back in. We are now going to got 500 tools in the dang pocket right now. Weighing the dang pants down. Alright, let's go ahead and, man, these ladders. They should have made the ladder, like an extra inch wide so it doesn't put all that stress on your foot, but it's kind of one of those things like, okay, that's just how they made it. So, what we know is that unfortunately, yet fortunately, there is only one bolt on this damn thing. And it's only this one. When I worked on it last time, there was only one bolt on this motor. The other one has, I believe, 3 on it. But for a fact, I know this one only has 1, so we're going to make our heads here. You know what? I almost want to hand tighten that damn thing. I don't trust that. I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to hop back down. I'm going to grab a Phillips. I just don't feel safe trying to crank down on that and just don't feel legit. I'm sure it'd be fine, but like I said, I'm kind of picky. It's better be safe than sorry. Especially if it's not my motor. That's what it is. Alright, that's what it is. For starters, a little corroded, but it's not horrible. There we go. Alright, so now I got that on. That's good. What we need to now do is go ahead and put the actual top back on. So let's go ahead and grab the top. Which can be kind of a pain in the butt. Pretty big motor. It can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but we'll go ahead and we'll slap that on. Now, what I recommend is to put the gasket on the lower portion, not the upper portion. That'll be a lot easier for you, trust me. Trust me, that's how I know. Let's go ahead and put that in. There we go. Go ahead and grab our ratchet of destiny here. There we go. We're just going to hand crank that a little tighter with the 8 mil. So we verify that it can't get stripped out on our end. We're going to go ahead and go around here and push this gasket into place. Now if you look, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the gasket does have edges. So you have to make sure you get those edges where they go, or the top cowling cover is not going to go on properly. I'm going to warn you guys now. And if you guys don't, you could tear it or something like that. It should be common sense, but common sense ain't so common nowadays, so just trying to give you guys some tips here. Now that I got the gasket on, go ahead and grab the stop. Which ain't too heavy. Go ahead, walk up here, lean up a little bit, throw the bad boy on there. Now that I'm up here, we can go ahead and grab it, flip 180. Bam. Come up this way. I thought these were 150s. They're actually 250s. I don't know why I kept thinking 150s. But I did. Push on it firmly. Make sure it's seated. Hop back down. We'll go ahead and hit the lock. Lock that in. There's another lock over here. Come down. Oh. There we go. That should grab it now. I don't like that. You know what? We're going to go ahead and try to reassess that. I don't know what it's doing there, but I don't like it. I almost feel like the roll. There it is. There it is. And now I should be able to swing her all the way down without fighting it. And that's like the main thing. I want to make sure it pulls down right. There it is. And then this one should just be smooth. And you see how smooth that was? I don't know if you guys could hear it, but it locked in. Make sure you lift test it. Make sure it's not going to come flying off on him while he's open throttle out in the boonies of the ocean, because that'd be a hell of a way to mess up the boat. And we got this one off. So what we're going to do is, alright, so, bam, there we go. Alright, now that we got that one all fixed up, we're going to go ahead and replace the ICA valve, which is idle control air valve. Monitors the air for it and all that fun stuff. So we'll go ahead, lift up here. We're gonna come up on this one, lift up here. You know, you come over here, lift up here, bam. There you go, whole top came up. And I'll go ahead and throw you guys right here while I take this cowling off. That way you guys can, I guess, see me pull it off. There we go. Let's try to lift her up and over. Kind of big and bulky. I'm going to slowly walk down the stairs. Always make sure you put these down the right way. You know, what I mean by right way is when you take the cowling off, put it like that. Don't put it on its side or something stupid. These people pay money, man. So, there we go. We got all that handled up. We'll go ahead and put this tool back in the bag. So we won't lose that. So, unfortunately, what this means is, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, it's going to be right here. And there's no way to access it unless you actually pull this bad boy off. So we got to pull that top off. That's not going to be too big a deal. Here's our new ICA valve. So let's go ahead. We're going to hop up top and we're going to see what we're getting into. So first things first, take shoes off again. I don't like walking around on people's boats with my shoes, so take your shoes off. Mismatched socks, mismatched designer, baby. All right, so one of the things we need to do for our client is he left the battery on, but there's no reason we should have the battery on anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and disconnect that for him. And this is where I had my smoke machine hooked up. It's a 12-volt system. That's how we actually found his vacuum leak. They suggested a whole new motor. I told him, let me smoke test it. Let's find out what the real culprit is. Let's diagnose it. Let's not just buy a new motor. So we went ahead and got him set up. He was happy with what we did. That's another good day for me. So I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up right here. There you guys go. Put you guys in the rod holder. Might catch me a fish today. I'm kidding. All right, so what we need to do now is the fun stuff. And this one's kind of a pain. And what I mean by it's kind of a pain is, it's actually got all the bolts. So, first things first, gotta have pliers. That's the first thing that's first here. And I left the pliers again, so let me put that down. And we're gonna get back up. God, they need to put pads or something there. I'm gonna get some rubber pads. Alright, we'll go ahead and pull these two PCB hoses clamps off. Put the wrench on my shoes. Good. There's one. Come on. Come on. There we go, that's two. We got 1, 2, 3 Phillips. And then we got what looks like a 10 mil. So, let's get straight to it. I got an 11 on there, but should be more than good. Alright, let's pull our 10 out. And I'm probably going to need an extension, but God willing, I'll be able to get you off without an extension. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Really didn't want to have to bust out an extension for that. Oh, I should have, clearly, because you're just going to be a freaking pain, dude. Kind of a funky spot to get my subby in. Dang, you need a whole wrench for that, dude. You really just need an extension for that. I don't feel like hopping down again, that's for sure. And I could have just grabbed my electric 3/8 ratchet, but I didn't grab that out the truck either. It's still in my truck, so I'm doing it all by hand, all that fun stuff. Before anyone says anything, yes, I have an electric ratchet. We could have done that, but I don't feel like going up and down 50 times today. And I have quite a bit I got to do on this boat today anyway, so trying to keep it simple here for the most part. All right, that should be out. 1 or 2 turns left on those threads. There it is. So we got 1 out. We'll go ahead and put that up there so we don't lose it. We got 1, 2, and 3. As you guys can see, those 3 don't mean nothing because they clearly mount something else that's supposed to be on the other side probably, but we do not have it. So that's okay. So we'll go ahead, pull the top off. Now, if you guys remember what I showed you on the other one is you got this bad boy right here. So first things first, grab this, unplug it, little vent hose, plug that, take this motor, or the motor cover, so it's out the way. We don't want to get any grease on anything, but we'll be fine. And the problem child's right here, so first things first, if you look, how they hold it is with this tie-down wire, where you come over to the pigtail harness, get it nice and full. We got 1, 2, 3 Phillips. Phillips, 2 Phillips, 3 Phillips. And the new ones don't come with new hardware, but it's whatever. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pull it all the way up. We got it all out. Let's look inside. Now, it looks brand new. Looks brand new, but maybe it was faulty. I'm not sure why. O-ring, there's an O-ring right here. So you want to check that O-ring on this ICA valve, because if you don't, that O-ring could also give you a lean code. It can mess you up. So just a little food for thought, boys. So we're going to pull this, what is old. It looks brand freaking new though, but what we would call the old one. And if you look, you get a nice new gasket. So we're going to look at this other gasket, and we're going to pull it right off, and then we're going to put this other one on, and it should be good. I just want to check it first. Now, this is our new one, correct? Yes. If you actually look, there you go. Look at that, guys. So this is the old one, and you see how far that spring is popped out, and this is the new one, where it's actually sunk in still. So we know now that that one's the faulty one. That explains why we also needed it. It's all sprung out and you've got no recoil in it. So we'll go ahead and you lay the gasket up in here. There's a groove. It's got little lock pins in it. Little locators that lock it kind of. And we want to press it in firmly. Make sure you pinched a little bit by those little locators. You want to make sure as you set it on in, you get it to stay. This O-ring does not want to work with this. This is the O-ring that came with it too. This is crazy, but whatever. Let's see if we can just get you to go straight. Oh, okay, we can get you to go there. This is what we'll be. Oh, no, that's going to be a problem. You're gonna be a problem. Let's see if that old O-ring looks good, or if it's flat. It might keep shaping a little better. Almost wants to hop out just as much, but seems to be holding fairly well, and it looks pretty healthy. Oh, it looked healthy, so it said to jump out. Let's go ahead and slide her back in. Alright, flip in, bam. Alright, so, you know what? I want to double, triple check if that goes in right, so I don't want to have to come all the way back out because of the O-ring. There it is. Nope. You are a real pain, dude. You do not want to do what I want you to do, and I don't understand why. But I don't understand why you can't just stay in for me real quick. Yeah, there it is. Alright, first one. Second one. What we're going to do is switch it over. Try to lock this in real quick. That O-ring is pulled out. Alright, there we go. It's this easy as what it was. Walk it in. Make sure it's nice and tight, and you don't over it. You want to walk that in so that that O-ring seals evenly. I mean, you don't have to be as crazy as me about it, but I'm just telling you. Easy way, a hard way to do stuff. Alright, so as you guys can see, that's all good. We're gonna put our harness back on, take our wire wrap, and rewrap it, tuck it back in, give us a little slack on the pigtail side, and we're done. We already fixed that now. So we'll go ahead and just put the top back on now. We're at that point of it. And as you guys can see, flywheel, obviously it's gonna have to go that way. So, let's go ahead and do this and do it right, boys. All right, so one of the things you gotta do is put that little hose on there. So we'll put that little hose on, there we go. I'll go ahead and hose clamp that. Then we have the white pigtail harness that goes into the lower part of the cow, or flywheel cover, whatever you guys call it. Make sure that our main flanges for the intakes are good. Put our hose back. There we go. Grab our pliers. And we'll go ahead and walk this up. We're going to utilize the same spot we had before. We're not getting new hoses. It's not what we are doing, so that's fine. Go ahead and walk this up a little bit. Yeah, get in there, baby. Come on, baby. Let me see that other side. Alright. So we got it all up on there now. We're going to go ahead and slap our 10mm back in. And it's only got the one. And it's supposed to have one here too. So it's kind of weird, but it's just how it is. Oh man. I should have just grabbed the electric ratchet or whatever. Once I do this, I'm done with this part of the motor. So we won't have to touch the motor anymore. It's going to be all other basic repairs, some electrical stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. So we'll go ahead and tighten this bad boy back up. There we go. Make sure it's nice and tight. Don't over tighten it. Now what we can do is go ahead, we'll grab our cowling cover. Put our cowling cover in. Gotta love cargo pants, man. If y'all don't rock the cargos, y'all need to start doing it. It'll make your life working easier. Alright, let's go ahead and put a wrench in the pocket. Now, when we put the new one in, we'll just take that O-ring, and here's our old part right here. Since we've already replaced it, we'll just leave it up here for him so that he can see that it's in place. I like to do that for my clients. Let them see that obviously the work was done and done right. So what we'll do real quick is throw this cover on. This is always the funky part. Alright, so that actually goes towards the back. That's right. This is always fun. Oh yeah, boys. This part's always fun. Alright, so we go in, lower it, bam. Pull it down. Make sure that it is in the proper location. There we go. Pull it all the way, lock it out, push down. Whoa, that feels a little sloppy. Oh, okay. We'll pull down. All right, now let's go to the other side. We're gonna go ahead and pull this one down. That thing's locked in. Alright, so that's all locked up. Let's double check it. There you go, you can hear it clicking, it means it's locked. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start running around the trailer and doing electrical. And we got to do some electrical. We're going to be doing a tire swap. 6 new tires, whole 9 yards on that. So let's go ahead and grab our smoke machine. We no longer need this. What we need to be doing now is focusing on our other tasks at hand so that we can make our big money real quick. That's what I like to try to do. I try to get most of my work done in 3-4 hours, but it just depends on what we got to do. I've probably got about an hour and a half into this job now. We Thankfully, we don't have too much out there. The damn truck's a mess right now. Look at that. Holes everywhere. Whole mess. So, what we'll do is, we will go ahead and we could start on the wheels. I think we're going to start on some electrical. I think that's what I want to knock out first now. We'll go ahead and grab the soldering seal wire connectors. Get these bad boys running up for us. Here, let's flip that camera so that I can actually see what the heck you guys are looking at for a minute. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and do some electrical. We're doing 2 new rear, left, and right tire. But not rear, well, we are doing rear and left tires, but 2 rear, left and right trailer lights. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to go grab the wire strippers out the truck. I got a whole bin of electrical over here. So just give me a sec. This is wrenches, that's extractors. There's our electric bin. This is why you gotta be organized, boys. Shout out to my grandpa, because my grandpa's the one that told me, you really get some boxes, make it more organized. He's right. I mean, dude, that makes it night and day. I know where everything is at all times. Hey, this is a whole box just for electrical. So, as we can tell, now we need this. Oh, no way. Wow, impressive. We found the charger for my other 3/8 drive electric ratchet. I've been looking for that thing for like a month. Since I started, right before I started moving, I lost it, and I guess I put it in the electric bin. Smart boy. Should have thought to look in there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take our strippers. We're going to go do some fun stuff. We'll have to go cut these other wires, all the whole 9 yards on that, but another day at the office, baby, get them money. It's always fun when you're working on your own, because you get to do whatever you pretty much want on your time and your accord. We'll go ahead and we'll flip, oh, I hear some water in there. I hear some water. Alright, well, it didn't come pouring out, so I should be good to sit over here. Ankle to the brick. That was smart. Alright, so let's grab this. We're going to need a Phillips. I'm not sure how bad this is in here. Oh no, it's not a Phillips. It's like a 7mm. I don't even think that's an 8mm. I'm pretty sure that's a damn 7mm. That's a nightmare on its own. Really? Alright, so oh, my ankle. Pocket knife to the ankle. Man, I'm just getting beat up left and right. I thought he would have had Phillips in here, but I guess not. I guess he through bolted it? Is that what's going on? Probably. Self-tappers. Oh, not what I was expecting there. To be honest with you, that is not what I was expecting there. But whatever. Let's grab our 8mm and see if it happens to be an 8. And it happens to be an 8, so that's good. Alright. So we'll go ahead and knock that out. It's not the right way, but we're going to do it this way. Alright. Got that. Yeah, she did not. Wow, that's impressive. You are not getting that self-tapper out easy. I promise you that much. Promise you right now. Let's go ahead and just walk that into the chuck. It's a doozy. All right. So it looks like we're gonna have to do this by hand, because that just does not want to do it. It ain't got enough torque in it. And I guess I could go grab my big drill, but if it's fighting that one, I imagine that the big drill's probably gonna rip my wrist off, so we'll just do it by hand. I'd rather be safe than sorry. And see, look, it didn't take long to get that self-tapper out. I mean, and we're putting it back into the same hole. Even if we put it into a different hole, you know, I got drill bits and all that, so, and a much better drill for the equation. We'll figure that out when we get there. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, there's your first problem, boys. That's his first problem. We're going to have to... That's a pain in the butt. It's got to get fixed, but that ain't even on me on that one. Like, there's nothing I could do there. The whole head was corroded in. So it looks like we're going to get one bolt off easy, which is, of course, the one that's not right up on the engine. So it looks like we're going to have a doozy there. It looks like these two might not be that bad. Yeah, these two seem to be coming out pretty good. So at least there's that. I do appreciate that a lot. But we still got that problem child over there, which we're now going to have to address that. Probably going to have to drill that out or something. We're going to have to. We don't really have a choice here, but I don't think I have any other self-tappers. Let's just try not to snap any more heads, I guess. It came with stainless screws. I just don't trust those as much as self-tappers. I might have small enough screw bolts in the truck. Alright, so we know the wire. That's our white ground. So we got a red, a black, and we got, as you guys can see, a white, red, and black. So first problem we have, obviously, this. I mean, I shouldn't be able to do that, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and pull that out. See if we can. Alright, so we got the white out. And red goes to green, and obviously black goes to the browns. You know, positive and negatives. So I'll let you guys kind of get a glimpse here. And if you look, you got black, gray, and red, and white. Now that gray actually goes to the center and splices into the black. So we have to keep that in mind when we wire the new one up, that black and gray have to be tied into that brown, or else we're going to be in the whole mess. So let's do this the smart way, and we'll do one at a time, and we'll figure out the whole last. So we'll go ahead and cut that, come in here, put the wires. I mean, that's a little corroded on that copper. The copper's almost brown, or almost like green and brown, put it that way. All right, so we got our red wire right here, as you guys can tell. Bam. We'll just flip this out the way for a sec. We'll worry about all that in a minute. But let's obviously look at it, see if there's any weird orientation things that we notice about it. I don't see anything that would concern me. So we will just get straight to it, which is always good. And we're going to have to do this, feed the wire in. And what we'll do is we'll just cut the black wire after. It's not a big deal. This light's trash. There we go. Well, I let it hold itself up. And what we're going to do now is connect our red and green. So we need our strippers. Strippers, they make your life a lot better. It depends on what kind of stripper, I guess, right, boys? Anyways, we use our stripper deals. Come up here, twist our wire that we stripped. Now we'll cut this little bit of corrosion off the tip and clean it up. Man, I really don't like that though. I really think I should cut that more. If anything, I'll just strip a little more off there. But don't want it having a bunch of corroded wire from the start. That seems a little crazy. Alright, so as you guys can tell, we got the red and green ready. We're going to go ahead and take our solder seal wire connectors. Now, these are fun because what you do is you stick the wires in there, you kind of crimp it a little bit, and then you go from there. Now, here's the fun part. Let's just make sure we have the right size tubing for this. I want to say this is the size that was previously used. It appears to be. I would say it most likely is, based on what I'm seeing. So, you know, we could probably get away with the smaller one, but I feel like those smaller ones are a real pain usually. So, if we can use this one, we're going to use this one. So, we'll feed this in. What you do is, you go ahead, you feed this one in. Now, there's 100 ways to do this, but personally, I feed it all the way in. I take the two ends, I wrap them together, and then I pull it all the way through. Now, that's just the way I do it. That way I know that it should, in theory, have a good connection no matter what. Because if you just push them together and like kind of leave it there, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's just not as secure. So, I mean, if you come over here and look at it, it's definitely been crimped. So we'll take our little crimps, bam. And I'm not sure what millimeter those are. I have no clue. 16 to 14, AWG. So we'll come over here, and you see they got a chart right here. So what we'll do is, I think we'll be fine to crimp it right there, to be honest with you. Alright, so, and if I'm not mistaken, we just need to take a lighter to it. Oh, dang it. Now we need a frickin' lighter. And we got one. Son of a bitch. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can close this end up pretty good. Kinda gotta walk it in. Be much better with a heat gun, but I did not bring a heat gun, I'm not gonna lie. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, let's take one and let's see how hot you gotta get that damn thing before it actually like melts the solder. Okay. Alright, so as you guys can see, didn't melt the outside, so we just got to roll it a lot more. A little bit more heat, it looks like. But there it is. Alright, so that's all soldered together now. Kind of just got to walk that heat in, that's what sucks, but... Yeah, there we go. So, we'll hit it from the top, hit it from the bottom, hit it from the top, hit it from the bottom. Alright, there we go. So now we got our constant power in, you know, soldered, wired up together. It's really sketchy with a lighter. I really like using my heat gun more than that, but it just is what it is. Now, if you guys remember, we still gotta fight that, so we should probably go get us a hammer or something. Try to tap that out of there as best as we can, so... Let's go run to the truck, see what we got. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, worst case, I'll bust the drill out and we'll just drill that screw out and it won't be a big deal. I don't really want to. I usually would just power punch it, as I call it, with the plasma cutter. But I don't got the trailer today. I got the truck, no trailer, because I left it at home. Didn't think I was gonna want it. Yeah, now I'm learning. So, what we will do is, man, where the heck is it at? Oh, man. I see I can punch it with this file, so that's fine, but... Oh, no. Are they on the rack? At the house. Well, The other one probably is, but we got Old Faithful, so that'll work. Go ahead and bring her over here. I think we could punch it out. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Won't know until I know, but I don't think it'll be end of the world. So we're going to give it a try here. After that, we'll be doing freaking lug nuts. That's going to be a doozy. But we got the 3/4 Milwaukee Impact, so should be able to rip them out pretty decent. Worst case, we'll bust out old reliable 1/2 inch constant power from the wall. That one will definitely rip them out. I don't care what anyone says. That old son of a gun always gets it, but you can't beat direct power for the most part usually. We're going to try to punch it out. It ain't looking good for the punch out. Nope, that ain't gonna get punched out. How far in the other side is it? Alright, so, wow. That's one of those stupid things where it's like, come on, man. Come on. Alright, we're gonna grab the grinder and drill bits. We're gonna make it come out. So, alright, had to grab the glasses so that we don't go back to the hospital this month. Alright, so we're in a whole predicament here, because we're going to have to cut that, we're going to have to grind it flat. It's threaded, so I might be able to grab it on the other side with some channel locks. That's what I'm going to try. I'm going to grind it flat on this side so there's no ball holding it from pulling through, and then we'll go from there. It's really all I can do though. We'll just have to punch it out after that. So there's two chances we can take here. It's kind of one of those things where you got to pick your poison, okay? So I'm going to attempt to punch it out one more time. I got a big nail, or what I call a big nail, but we're going to take this nail and we're going to try to punch her out one more time. And it kind of felt like it actually went a little bit, but I'm not too sure if it did. And I don't have my hammer drill with me. I'm Milwaukee. Yeah, that ain't coming out the way I want it to. If I had my giant Makita, it'd just punch it out one punch. I guarantee you that. That wouldn't even be a freaking question right now. What we're going to now have to do, unfortunately, it seems like, man, it's always something. Let me go grab channel locks. We'll have to twist it out with some good channel locks. Good portion of this done already. I think this can be in the butt part, but we'll make it work. That just gets the threads on there. Alright, so let's go ahead and try this. See if we can somehow twist her out of there. Oh man, I don't think that's gonna twist out at all. I'm gonna be honest. That thing's rusty, boys. I've seen rust, and that's some rust right there. Might be a drill it out situation. Oh wow. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be one that twists out. I just don't see this being a thing right now. Yeah, that ain't happening. Alright. See if we can snap it. Of course not. Of course not. Alright. Let's go ahead and we're just going to grab the drill and start drilling it out. We're not even going to play with that no more. Hopefully we can punch out with the drill out. Alright. We tried, but block of wood on the I-beam. I guess if it works, it works. Alrighty. So, we are now back, and we're going to have to do another route. We're going to have to freaking drill her out. Gotta have a good set. Shout out to my grandpa, because, man, that's a good set. I like using it. Alright, so on something like this, since I got to put another screw in it, we don't even have the same size self-tappers to put back in it. We're going to try to drill it out smaller than what the actual frickin' bolt is, because my concern is, well, if we drill it out too frickin' much, how are we going to put the new one in, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and pull one of these screws out. And see, they just use regular frickin' screws. I mean, no self-tapper, none of that? That's kind of crazy. I'm surprised they don't through bolt it or something, but whatever. Alright, so let's find one. Man, that thing's gonna get smoked. That's some crazy work. That ain't gonna work. And that's not gonna really work either, it don't look like. And that will just about work. Chances are this is not going to go as planned in a minute, but name of the game here is usually oil and slow. Today's name of the game, slow. So I'm not walking back again, I don't think, but we'll know. We should know in a minute here. So Let's try to drill her out. That way we can put it back in the same spot and utilize what we already got. You know what? Yeah, we should. I'll just relocate it. Wow. You do not want to come out. Or at least you're not going to come out easy, huh? Don't want to burn you up, but you don't want to come out either. So it's like, what? And it's a 1/4 inch bolt in there, I want to say. I think we're in a predicament where we're probably just going to have to suck it up and go buy the self-tapper size we need, or we're going to have to look through the truck, because I don't think that one's going to cut it, dude. I'm going to be honest here. At this point, I don't think that one's going to cut it. We're going to try to straighten this nail back out. Try to repunch it again. Maybe, just maybe we can get it. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. So we're just gonna have to keep going. I mean, there's really not much of a choice here, it looks like. Now, we could try to go above it, but I didn't really want to do that. But let's just see for shits and giggles how much of a nightmare that's gonna be. Well, it doesn't seem as bad as I thought it would be. Yeah, I think this is our best route now. We're just gonna low and slow it. Medium pressure, not a lot of pressure on this either. It's going, but it's going slow. There we go. So what I did is I actually just went about a 1/4 inch above it, because, oh, hey, what's up, Audie? Guess whose boat I'm working on? It's Mr. Bodie's. You missed all the engine work I already did. Smoke tested his boat and everything. So we had to bring it up a 1/4 inch. In order to square it up anyway, that's fine. We'll go ahead and we'll do the same over here and square it back up. It all gets covered actually when you have the light on. So you'll never know that it was relocated, but we're gonna spend more time with what he gave us to put it on, trying to battle that. And the screw will never fit on that. That's what really sucks. The screw just won't fit. I can tell you right now, looking at it, the screws that came with this are stainless. They're not self-tappers either. That's probably a good bit there. And this is aluminum, so it's not so bad. It's just easier to do this. Faster, more reliable in the future too. Because then we don't have to worry about that one being too big, essentially. Because that's the problem. If I drill that out, the new bolts aren't going to work. I promise you that right now, looking at it. Right now, I already sized it up and tried to do it. It just doesn't work that way. So we're able to work it the way we got it now. That's good. That's great. What we'll do is we'll just confirm that we like the size of this self-tapper. It looks pretty freaking good to me. I think what we're going to do real quick is step up the size of the drill bit, though, because here's the funky part of this. Okay, so this is the old one. Yeah, we're going to trim that, cut that, tie in our gray and green. or brown, dark gray, and black. Those all tie in. It feeds in our center brake, yada yada. But my main concern is this that they give you, which, I mean, I gotta work with what I got here. So my concern would be that. Now I want to look at this other light and see if it appears to me the gaskets were never used. And the head's still in that one. Gaskets were never originally used. Do I think that's the best idea? No, because these caps need to be on it to ensure that, you know, it holds. So what we'll do for him is make sure that it gets done with the caps on. I want to make sure his caps are put on. I don't want there to be no issues for him down the line. Only thing I see that may concern us in a second is having to maybe make that a little bigger, maybe bring that up a little bit, but don't look like we got much of a choice here, boys. So that's what we're gonna do real quick. We're gonna go ahead, throw a big bit in it. Now, here's our new, we'll pull every one of these that we can out. And what we'll do is we're actually going to trim this one, because you can also reference the other side. I mean, you'll know what's going on. So, plus we're cutting it out the light. So we're going to cut this old one out the way, which we did the red on the new one. So boom, cut this one out. All right, we know that one's trash. Now what we'll do is we'll pull the black through. Can't pull the red through, but that's okay. We're just gonna whoop up a little bit. That's the goal here. And we're not gonna use a giant bit either, so that's always good. We're gonna use a decent sized one, but we'll walk it up with this, because we don't got really much of a choice here. Unless we're gonna cut electrical out, do the whole 9 yards. And over there we got the issue with that bolt. And unfortunately that's just not a real thing anymore now, which I kind of hate, because I don't like doing what I have to do here, but we gotta make it work, you know. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Nope. What we can do is this, maybe. We might be able to punch it just high enough up. And then we're just gonna have to walk it. Have to walk it slow. Not very slow, but slipping on the chuck. There it is. Alright, so we got all that doozy in. That all looks good to me. Yada yada. I think what we need to do now is verify that it all is going to fit, but looks like we'll have to make the hole just a little bit bigger. Just to tweak it enough to get it up there, but I think once we do that, we should definitely be more than okay. So we're gonna have to drill a little bit over here now, and a little bit over there. But we're almost there, boys. So take your time with stuff like this. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and lay that up like that. That way we can get some sag in that wire. Nice and slow. It's aluminum. Try to keep this out the way for a second. Ooh, almost gotcha. Almost gotcha. That's why you gotta go slow, boys. Alright, so let's see. Urgh. We got that little piece right there, dude. See if we can take a file to it. I'm gonna be able to file that down. Just enough to walk it in. That's what we gotta do. File it enough that we can walk it in. So let's see if we gave it enough. I'm gonna say it's so dang close that you could frickin' dang near slide it up there. That's where it needs to be, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's where it's gotta be. And that's what sucks here. So we're gonna pull these two back out. We're gonna have to file that down. There we go. Alright, I think we filed it enough. We should be good. Smooth it out a little bit more. And let's verify that it'll even go in the way we want it. As long as it goes in, we're Gucci, but make sure it's what we want. Pull all the wires in. There we go. And it should just press right in for the most part. Let's see how our other hole looks. Okay. So, now it lines up. What we'll do is this. We're going to make this sweet, simple, easy. Now, this is where it gets stupid in this damn thing, but... And of course, I made the hole for the self-tapper a little small, but it is what it is there. Alright, so... That's what we'll have to do. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull this off. We're going to pull out that bit again, that really small one. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do here. So, we like the size of that one. I don't want to sit here all day with the freaking self-tapper fighting it though. So, we're going to come up here. We're going to get it real dialed in here for a sec. And that's too big. We just want to go one size below the self-tapper, so we're not fighting it in a minute. Because that's really the goal. I mean, we don't really want to fight it. I mean, that's usually not what you want to do. I want to say this should be fine. So let's go ahead and pull the tip off that one. Walk this one a little bigger. Alright, there we go. Now that self-tapper should go, you know, for the most part in. Alright, good. So we got a great start on that one. We'll go ahead, take our self-tapper, make sure our wires are pulled through, all that good stuff. Put that in there. There we go. Grab our 8mm wrench. We're going to walk that one on, come back, line that side up. Because we got a problem child over there, but this is what it is sometimes. I'm going to go nice and slow for the most part, because the last thing I want is to snap a bolt off of that. I'll tell you one thing, that'd be a headache. There it is. Alright, so my self-tapper's in. Go ahead and grab a cap and put a cap on it. There you go. Alright, so we got it capped up. We're gonna go to this side and go look at this side. Alright, that's our predicament. So, make it simple, easy. Take our drill bit, pull it out, grab another one, bam. And we're gonna wobble it just enough to get the screw in, because that's the thing. It's a little too small. We made it smaller than the new hardware because you gotta have a good bite, you know. Plus, I mean, I'm gonna show you guys something real quick. Look at this shit. Excuse me, but look at the difference. Self-tapper, hardware that came with it. But it is what it is. We don't have more self-tappers, so we have to work within our client's realm of tools or materials that they give us. So, in my experience, one self-tapper would probably hold that thing together, honestly, but we're not going to do them like that. We don't do no half work around here, boys. So, what we'll do is, man, so tiny. I'm just concerned that it might break trying to freaking drill it, dude. Such a tiny drill bit in order to put that damn whoever you guys are that you freaking pick the bolts for this or the screws for this, like, you're horrible, dude. That is just dumb, in my opinion. It's kind of dumb, but to each their own, right? All right, let's just make sure we got it where we want it. It looks pretty good to me. All right, there we go. We got a nice clean hole through. So I'm gonna go ahead. We'll take our Phillips, which I still don't understand why they use freaking Phillips for something like this, but whatever. Just work here, boys. Just work here. All right, so I'll take fastenals. Make sure that we put them back in. Let me tell you, you don't want to lose your drill bits. Lock them up. Lock them up. What's crazy is the lock 'em up guy actually got locked up like a couple months after that. For some wild stuff. If you guys have seen the lock 'em up meme with the black guys fishing, black kids fishing, you guys need to go look up the lock 'em up guy. He got arrested for some messed up stuff. I won't sit here on live and say what it was. I don't think I'm allowed to, but what is that? What? What? That is the worst screw ever, dude. You better be kidding me, dude. What'd they give me? A plastic freaking screw, dude? I didn't even put no torque on that, bro. That's crazy work. Look at that. See, this is why I get mad when we use cheap stuff. Because, like, there's no reason that should happen. What the heck? I'm spitting it out with channel locks. Like, it's not even in that tight. And it still broke the head off. I don't know what they expect me to do here. Look at that. What the heck is that? Are you kidding me? You're kidding me. I'm supposed to put a bigger hole than that in there. I don't feel like that should be right. I feel like that screw is kind of cheap. I'm not trying to be rude to the company that made that screw, but, like, dude, I didn't even put that much freaking torque on that. It's crazy work. Guess we're back to square one, because we now have to drill the hole bigger again. And we're going to be able to reuse that hole, but I mean, that's just kind of crazy work, dude. I don't see why we should even have to do that to this extent, bro. Be real up front. That's just crazy. I gotta go one size down. So stupid. They gave me a plastic frickin' screw down here. That's just crazy work. I've never seen one snap that fast. Not in aluminum, too. It's not even freaking steel, it's aluminum, bro. It's so soft. Let's go ahead and get up in there, though. Yep, we're gonna wobble it out. And you know what? Before we even put the light on, let's get crazy. Let's get crazy and see how tight it is, dude. Oh, man. I'm almost scared to even do it after seeing what just happened, bro. I'm gonna wobble it a little bit, I guess, but I'm not going any more than that. That's for sure. I mean, if it breaks again, bro, I'll just run to Lowe's and go get what I want, because there's no excuse for that. That shouldn't even really be a problem, to be real front. That should not be a problem, but whatever. Whatever, dude. That's what happens when you use the wrong screws for the wrong job. I mean, I didn't bring the screws. He didn't bring these screws. These are just what the kit came with. I'm surprised the kit came with something that crazy. I don't know how they expected that to work, but, I mean, they did. And clear as day did expect that to work, so maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. I don't know how. I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna put this damn thing on a freaking 5, dude. Put it on a 3. We're gonna make it super loose. There it is. We are not gonna mess with that no more, because that's torqued. Now let's go ahead and put our reliable screw back in, I guess. I at least trust this screw. I mean, I don't feel like that self-tapper is going to come out. That one, I don't know, man. That's crazy work there, but this is what it is. This is what it is. So let's go ahead, put the caps on. This was the worst of the lights, so I know that took a while, but I wanted to handle the worst of it first. You know, I didn't really want to get in there and have to battle that after. Let's put the glasses on and blow some of these shavings out the way. I don't want to go under there and wire with shaving above where my eyes are going to be particularly. So that's why I did that. Now, this is the fun one. Let's go ahead and grab these wires. And let's take the glasses off so I can see real quick. Or at least see easier. So as you guys can tell, oh, that's right. Erg. Well, how the heck? Did they give me a shorter white wire tube? Get out of here. You gotta be kidding me. There's no way. There's no way they did that. Oh my God, bro. If I wouldn't have relocated that, we'd be screwed, bro. Like, straight up. We would be 100% the X right now. Because that's not how that... It's not supposed to have to happen. That's not supposed to be like that, man. Let me just put it that way. That cord's supposed to be about another inch longer. That one had plenty of slack on it when I did it, so... That's kind of frustrating to see, but... It is what it is. It just is what it is. So we'll just go ahead and pull that down real quick. We'll just line it up. You know, try to make it work to the best of our ability. Make sure it lines up good though, because I don't want to go wiring you all up and then you come with some problems. That'd be kind of frustrating, right? Oh, there you are. Okay. You're a pain in the butt. Come on. Just line up. Alright, there we go. And there it is. So, oh, we're going to have to swing it back through. It didn't stay like I wanted it to. It's kind of a pain, but it's just the situation we're in with this dang thing. Alright, that should have the harness, or have it pinned. Let's go ahead and slam it in slow. Alright, so, woo, that one's in. Hopefully that's, you know what, we'll bump it up to a 4, and we'll nail it one more time. There it is, just to make sure. You know, at this point, I'm not playing no games, dude. Put the damn cap back on. So stupid, dude. Urgh. This one's just dumb because we had to freaking take everything off 3 times just to get to go do what it's supposed to do, dude. Am I missing something here? There it is. I was missing something. I was gonna say, dude, that should be like way more tight than that. I mean, we could technically left it how it was, but I don't do half work, so that wasn't gonna fly on my end, but whatever. There we go. Now that we're done, I probably should have left plastic for a little longer, but whatever. All right, so now we got this headache, and this headache would be the gray and black feed into the same. So we got gray and black. Gray and black go into that one. Alright, so this is actually pretty straightforward what we got to do here. We're just going to go ahead and chop it right here. What did I do? Pull a zip tie off? Are you kidding me? Is that really how that's held up? Oh, okay. That actually works. That's legit. If that's what we had before, that's what we're going to keep. So that's fine. Not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting, but we'll take it. That's pretty straightforward, I feel like. Yeah, I'll just pull a little slack through there. If we can. I mean, we don't need too much, but I don't want the damn thing fighting me either. So. Yeah. Alright, so dang hat. Alright, now that we got that all fixed, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to take, well, that's already done. So we'll take this one, we're going to chop it right here at the brown. Cut it. Get them strippers ready. Get them strippers ready. Because we about to pot it, baby. Alright, now we wire stripped it. We done being stupid. But anyways, we're going to take now the black wire, and we're going to trim the edge of this one. Get that nasty out of there. There it is. Alright, so trim this one. A little burnt up on the tip right there. I wonder why. It's supposed to be brand new though. Why is it burnt up? Are they old? Are they reused or sent back ones? Maybe. Maybe. Anyways. Alright. So we know that we also got to trim this bad boy right here. So the black and gray go together. Let's go ahead and cut this off. You'll see in a sec. Well, if I decide to leave the black on, you'll see in a sec. I'll show you. And this gray wire is what actually sends the signal to the center one. So as you guys can see, you got a gray. Hold on. See, it was gray and a black wire, and it fed into the main harness. So what we're going to do now is just go ahead and grab our gray. That's our black. And here's gray. So we'll strip this one back. Twist it a few times. Feels a little corroded. Not really our problem as far as that, but now we're going to twist this gray and black together. And I'm going to show you guys how I crimp it one more time. Or I'm going to explain it. I'll put you guys right up on it so you guys can see, but I'll explain it one more time, a little closer up. Yeah. Alright, you see how I got the black and the gray tied in? And then here's our main harness. And what we'll do is we're going to take one of these. Show you guys how to do this right the first time. Pay attention. So you take one of these. This is how I do it. There's 100 ways to drink a beer. Pick one. So then what I'll do is I take this. We got our main harness right here, right? So we're going to slip it over our single main. Bam. Nice and easy. Then we'll take our gray and black and tie it into our main. We'll twist it on. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to do a better job than that, guys. Before anyone freaks out. Why are you doing it that way? Just push it in there and then solder it. No. I like to twist the wires together like not a haywire twist, but I like to twist them together. Then I typically pull the solder back over it, center it up. And now, when we heat it, it's going to solder it together, but it's also twisted together, so you get a little more strength out of it. That's just personal opinion on how to do that. So, if you don't like it, if it's not up to your OSHA standard, I really don't care. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just being honest. Like, that's just the way I like to do it. I haven't had any complications doing it that way, and I hope that I don't ever have any complications doing it that way, but it's just how I'm rocking, so. We're going to apply some heat to it. Make sure you heat it up good though, boys, because that solder's got to melt. If the solder don't melt, then it ain't felt, okay? So make sure you give her a good amount of heat. Make sure you heat up both ends. Come back, heat it in the center one more time. It should flatten out. If it don't flatten out, you're not giving enough heat. Don't overthink it, basically. All right, so that one's all done up. That is the waterproof wiring right there. Bam. Easy Electrical. What's up, man? I'm Baby Back Bull in camo. Just seen your comment. My bad, dog. I've been playing electrician now. Got a contract to do a whole maintenance update on this pretty nice boat, to be honest with you. It's pretty nice. All right, so we can do this one of two ways. Obviously, let's be smart here. The yellow is most likely going to be power, but we'll just look over. Oh man, look at that. Yellow is power. Don't know if you can see that, but yellow is power. So since we know yellow is power, common sense here says that it would be power. What is that? What is this? Is it RTV? Maybe it, I don't know, or paint? Maybe he, I think it's latex paint. I think he hit, but there's no paint spray on this. I don't even know. Don't question it. Don't ask no questions, just give. It's one of those things, I guess. So, first thing we're going to do is we're just going to chop right at the head. I don't even care at this point. I mean, yeah, we know there is a white wire up there. We know that, obviously, red goes to yellow. And we will confirm that there is not a second tie-in for this light over here. I'd be surprised if there is. But yeah, so that one actually does, it appears it does both. That's good. I guess that's just how they made that make sense. Oh, okay, I see what's going on there. Okay, so that makes sense. They have a natural ground already stationed off for that. So let's go ahead and we'll pull this out. Pull that white ground wire out. And we'll pull the whole harness up so we can work on it. And we'll see if we can get any kind of slack out of that. Alright. He does not have much slack at all on that. So that's kind of sucky. But that's okay. So what we'll do is we'll chop it as close as we can. And we're going to make it work. I have more wire in the truck if we have to add, but we're going to hope we don't have to add because that would really suck at this point. At least to me it would. Alright, so we got yellow, we got our brown. We'll come over here. Yes, I know, flip the light up so we don't scratch it. Before anyone says it, I'm already thinking it. Alright, so I'll take our red, and bam. We'll take our black. There we go, pop it, pull it. Pull that end off, get off there. Alright, so what we'll do now is we'll do ourselves a favor here. And sometimes you can get away with slipping like these ones on. I mean, it's kind of questionable if it's actually going to fit, but they usually do. So we'll go ahead and slide that one on. It can be questionable, just know that. It can be questionable, so don't go sliding it on assuming it's always going to work. Like, sometimes the wire's thicker on the outside for whatever damn reason. Don't even make no sense sometimes, but it's always something weird. It's like the interesting bolt configuration we had a minute ago. Just is what it is. So we're gonna pull it all the way through again, like I showed you before. Now, this is the most important part. Obviously, let's be smart, guys. You have to pull this through. So, bam, put your wires through. You got your black, ground, neutral, or power, ground, and neutral. And we'll just go ahead and we'll pull this whole harness up to it. Now, those holes should line up. We should not have to do anything crazy there. I'm going to be real up front. If we do, that's going to not make sense, and that means that there was a mistake made on my end, as long as the manufacturer put the mounting locations in the same spot. These are identical to the other pair that we're pulling off. So just keep that in mind, boys. All right, so I went ahead and gave it a nice little twist. Make sure we keep it lower than the diameter of the rubber that shields this wire, okay? Because if not, I mean, I'm sure you guys can guess what will happen here, but if you don't, your crimp might not make it back on. So make sure you twist it all the way up, give it the whole good connection deal. And you're going to solder it, so it doesn't matter. I mean, technically, you could just stick the two ends together like most people do and freaking full send it, but I like to do it this way. If you want to do it my way, it might help you. I don't know. Don't really care. As long as I do it my way, I don't care. So, we're going to go ahead and pull it. And look, we should be able to pull that solder up over that knot that we made. Okay. Now, I don't know if I really like that, but it feels pretty solid to me, I'm going to be honest with you. So we'll make sure this one looks good. We'll go ahead and try to pull this one over. Oh, this one might not do it. Oh, yeah. There it is. And see, this is why I like to do it. You see, that's your knot in between that solder. And then look, rubber, right up to it. It looks clean, it's nice, it's done right. You don't have to stress then, man. I'm telling you, boys. There's a right way, there's a wrong way to do stuff, and I'm probably doing both. So, tell me in the comments, am I messing up? And then tell me in the comments if you think I care. I'm just kidding. I do care about the quality of my work, so don't worry, but like I said earlier, there's 100 ways to drink a beer, man. You just got to figure out which one you want. And the main thing here is make sure this all shrinks good. Because if you don't let it shrink good, there we go. And then now what we'll do is we're going to come up over here. And we're going to hit it with some more heat. Hit it with some more heat. Hit it with some more heat. And when you see how, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it flattened out. So we know that we've now hit it with enough heat at the solder point. For sure. So that's how you wire up that. That's all wired up now. We'll throw it back in the clipped area that was created for it. And it's just a zip tie with a long tag. But it's actually really smart if you look at it, so don't hate. Because even I seen it and was like, wow, that's pretty decent. I don't ever usually see that, but I like it. So we'll go ahead and we'll feed it into the hole over here that has the gasket and the wire holder. I should just be able to go like that. I should be able to kick it down and pull it into there. And then I should not have to fight it. Shouldn't be a fight. It should be a simple go like that, pull the plastic back, and as long as we did all that right, we should be good to go here. All right, so we got it pressed on. We got our whole location right there. We'll pull the plastic back on this side. Put our other self-tapper. Should be around here somewhere. Not sure, can't really tell. Looks like it's about there. There it is. So, alright. Now we'll grab a wrench. Now we got a wrench. Let's try to walk this one in first and see how it does. Alright, so that one seems to be going on good. Let's go ahead and walk this one on a couple. Yes, I could have used power tools on this, but I mean, out the gate we had a bolt head snap off just because it was so corroded. Now these ones aren't corroded, but you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, why take the chance? You know, you already had to do extra work, so please, God, boys, don't screw yourselves. And always give a happy medium quote on jobs like this. Like I didn't think I was gonna have to drill that out and stuff. And if I would have not gave myself wiggle room on this quote, probably be a little sad, but not too much to be honest. All right, let's see. It's coming through the other side. I'm not a big fan of how tight it is, but there you go. So, we are now done with the lights. That's always fun to be done with lights. Electrical is a pain. Alright, so we got all the electrical wired up. We shouldn't have to touch any of that no more. That's a good thing. Go ahead and make sure we put that in an angle that won't get in our eye. Let's throw all the tools for the most part in this plastic bin, and we'll go walk it up to the sides. And we're going to go start walking out the rest of this job. So, we need to put the caps on. Let's go ahead and put these caps, damn, hit my head on the boat. Yeah, let's go ahead and put these caps on. I'm going to throw these frickin' cheap stainless screws out. I'm not even going to frickin' keep them for the future. Frickin' things suck. They're so dang thin. Frickin' snap on a damn screwdriver. It's ridiculous. So we capped our bolts up, grab our trash. That way we don't leave no trash behind, boys. We don't want no trash behind, boys. Alright, so go ahead, throw that up in there. We'll put those lights in for him. I'm not sure where he wants those, but we'll just put those in that box. We'll put RTD on for him. Put it up here with his other stuff. All that can stay where it is. This, you know, will go in that bin. And now that we got the boat wired up, or trailer lights wired up, what I'm going to start doing is bringing everything over to the side. We're going to start swapping out all these tires for some brand new ones. Some ST205 70R14s, I believe. Yeah, 70R14s. So we're going to be swapping out 6 tires. We got to put on the boot. I think the boot goes on this one. Yep, so we got to put that boot back on. Oh, we don't get no dust up in there, and we're going to start knocking it out. So, and this is the boat I'm working on. It is a ProCat. Thundercat. Yeah, got that Thundercat purring. Frickin', I'm being stupid. Anyways, that's what I'm going to be doing right now. I'm going to start knocking all that out and go from there. We're almost done, to be honest with you. We're pretty much done. So I'm going to log off for a few minutes, grab a bite to eat out of the truck, snack on something, and then I'll be back.